What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. I cover political news, and we have some more insanity. Once again, coming from the Biden administration, they just can't help themselves with illegal migrants, folks. The southern border is porous. The southern border is open for business, y'all. And the Biden administration just, once again, like I said, they can't help themselves, but let millions of people come through that southern border. They need these people for some reason, and I don't understand it. It's creating chaos all along the southern part of the United States, all along that southern border. It's creating chaos as far up as New York, Chicago, places like this, where a lot of these migrants are being bussed by not only red states, not only by Texas, but the federal government. And not only that, but the Biden administration is flying in, and have been flying in, up to 30,000 illegal migrants a month. For a while. And that's what we're doing here. Check this out, y'all. Biden administration to restart suspended migrant program. This is just insane. They're flying these people in. It's like, what? Why? Like, we don't have enough coming across our southern border already? You got to fly these people in from all over the damn world? What the hell, man? The federal government is set to restart a migrant sponsorship program that offered additional pathways for immigrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. The program was suspended in July amid concerns about fraud. Yes, there was a lot of fraud going on, and now that they're starting it back up, we're going to get more fraud, but we'll get into that. The Department of Homeland Security now says it will introduce additional vetting of financial sponsors based in the United States. Together with our existing rigorous vetting of potential beneficiaries seeking to travel to the United States, these new procedures for supporters have strengthened the integrity of the processes and will help protect against exploitation of beneficiaries, the agency said in a statement per Newsweek. Oh yes, they say statements like this all the time. Doesn't mean it's true, doesn't mean they're gonna do this, and it probably means that they're just going to go right back to their old ways because, folks, the federal government doesn't change much. Under the program, up to 30,000 migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela will be accepted into the U.S. each month and will be permitted to apply for work authorization. The migrants must have a U.S.-based financial sponsor arrive at an American airport and pay for their travel. Migrants who enter the United States via the southern border are disqualified. Now, what that is basically saying is, you remember how Joe Biden would come out and say, well, just look at the stock market. The economy's fine. The stock market's doing great. And look at our jobs reports, which were revised, by the way. And once they fixed the revisions, come to find out they lied about up to 1 million jobs. Now, it's not only that, right, that they lied about the jobs reports, that the jobs reports weren't nearly as good as what they were supposed to be or as what they were claiming to be. Now that we see stories like this and we know about this migrant import program that we have going on here, hang on, they just said they were giving these people jobs, authorizing them to work. So they are giving jobs. Once again, this is a claim I make all the time without evidence, by the way. It's a claim I make all the time that all these jobs that Joe Biden keeps talking about, they're giving them to criminal aliens. Well, this is where that evidence comes from. This program right here. This is why I say this. And here, now we go. Now, anytime you hear me talk about all these jobs that Biden is talking about, and they're giving them to criminal aliens, this is what I'm talking about. This is the evidence, right? So I can claim this without evidence, and it, Go back and refer to my old video for evidence. The Biden administration initially launched the program in October of 2022 exclusively for migrants from Venezuela. In January 2023, the federal government opened the program to migrants from Haiti, Nicaragua, and Cuba. According to a report from Fox News, internal DHS reporting indicated forms from those applying for the program included social security numbers, addresses, and phone numbers are being used hundreds of times in some cases. So hang on. This is weird. This is funny business going on. The Federation for American Immigration Reform found that 3,218 sponsors filled out 100,948 forms. The sponsors each appeared on at least 20 applications, and one sponsor's number was used over 2,000 times. At least 24 of the 1,000 most used numbers belonged to a deceased person. The same 100 addresses appeared between 124 and 739 times on roughly 19,000 forms. These addresses were frequently storage units. So what they're doing is they're getting a bunch of activists, apparently, to fill out a bunch of forms as a bunch of different people, and in some cases dead people, to get more migrants to come in. This is what I'm always on about with the Biden administration shipping these people all over the place, because they're flying them in, they're getting them registered or whatever, and then they're just shipping them off to wherever the hell they want to go, not actually vetting these people. Now we know that they're doing it by fraud. Okay, so now that we've talked about presidential immunity, I bet you Joe Biden, in the back of his mind, if it's still there, if he still has a mind to work with, or at least some of his advisors in the back of their mind are thankful that the Supreme Court came down with their presidential immunity. Now, I would argue that shipping migrants in here violates federal law, therefore cannot be an official act by the President of the United States. Therefore, he should be criminally liable. Sorry, I'm having a tough time speaking today for some reason. He should definitely be he should definitely be criminally liable for this. This is beyond the pale, if you will. How the hell can the President of the United States, who is solely responsible for the security of this nation, right? Like, he's the top guy. He's not solely responsible. I'll take that back. But he's the top guy. He's the most responsible for our safety and security in this nation. And he is shipping in people against our own laws, right? Subverting democracy, our process by which we go and vote for representatives who make these laws that everybody has to abide by. He doesn't care about this. And this is why I will never vote for the Biden-Harris administration or the Harris-Walz administration, right? Gotta vote for Trump, because at least Trump is going to try to clean up that southern border. At least Trump is going to try to do good by the American person. At least Trump is going to try to stop all these foreign wars and not fund forever wars all across the freaking world to line their own pockets, right? Because all these lobbyists from the military-industrial complex are paying them, are lobbying them to do so. That's why I like Trump. Sure, he might be a little bit crass. He might be a little bit bombastic. He might do some things that a president probably shouldn't do. But you know what? I can set my emotions to the side and look at policy and see that, yeah, these policies are pretty good. Yeah, I don't like our country being filled with criminal aliens, him just allowing people to come into this country, shipping them in from all over the world, claiming that the economy is doing good when it's in a wreck, talking about all these jobs, you know, lambasting about Trump constantly, talking about, oh, well, look, we're doing really good. Trump's terrible jobs, president. As a matter of fact, that's another sticking point, because Joe Biden gets out there and says, well, Trump was the worst on jobs, which is an outright lie, because what they're doing is they're taking the jobs that were lost essentially for COVID, people getting laid off and all this other stuff because of COVID, for crying out loud, as, you know, taking that off of the number of jobs created from Donald Trump. And then, as a matter of fact, using those same jobs, people going back to work, businesses opening back up, using those numbers as claims of jobs created under Joe Biden. It's all very underhanded. It's all very sneaky. And it's lies like that that I can't stand. And the corporate press backs these people up. It's all a bunch of garbage. This is why I can't stand the Biden administration, because they are actively trying to destroy the country by lying to everybody, importing citizens, which they're not even citizens, folks, but they're trying to make these people citizens. And it's all just insane. It's all insane. It's America last policies, right? How could you be the top guy in the United States government and be an America last person? You care more about your own party than you do about your own country. It's all just insane, if you ask me. Immigration enforcement advocates have strongly opposed the illegal parole programs created by the Biden-Harris administration, repeatedly warning lawmakers about the public safety and national security risks, FAIR said in a statement this month. Those concerns have now been confirmed by an internal investigation by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, which found the agency has been rubber-stamping parole applications as quickly as possible without verifying information provided by sponsors or parolees, right? Once again, lowering the vetting process and just allowing all this to take place and promoting this garbage. Actually, This just blows my mind that they do this. They're doing it illegally, and nobody is trying to stop them. Congressman Mark Green of Tennessee, the chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, condemned the relaunch of the program in a statement on Thursday. It should come as no surprise that the Biden-Harris administration has rushed to restart its unlawful CHNV mass parole scheme despite the clear evidence of fraud permeating the program, Green said. The CHNV program, alongside the use of the CBP One app at the southwest border, has helped the president and his border czar play a massive shell game, encouraging otherwise inadmissible aliens to simply cross at ports of entry instead of between them. My committee has engaged with the department since this pause was announced, and the results were sobering, he continued. Instead of scrapping the clearly flawed program, the department is allowing it to continue without rooting out the fraud or putting adequate safeguards in place to prevent exploitation by sponsors here in the United States. But fundamentally, there would be no fraud to prevent if DHS simply stopped importing 30,000 inadmissible or criminal aliens every month in the first place. That is totally correct. I happen to totally agree with Mark Green on this one. This is just insanity coming from the Biden-Harris administration. And to think that Harris is getting out there on the campaign trail talking about she's going to clean up this southern border and fix our broken immigration system, folks. She's going to be tough on the border. She's been prosecuting criminal aliens since she was a district attorney, for crying out loud. I'm sorry if I don't buy that. I think you're lying, right? These people are just insane. But I think I've made my point clear. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Do y'all think it's okay for the Biden administration to import 30,000 criminal aliens a month, right? It's already on top of the hundreds of thousands that come across per month the southern border. That's just insane. These people just want migrants coming from every freaking where. It's just crazy to me. Or do you think they should stop it? That's what I think. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.